show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, you are highly welcome to the Benin Advancement Forum, the home of all the Benins, as I always says. Today we are going to be talking about secession and agitation for the Benin Empire, for the return of the Benin Empire. Because in the past few years, let me say for the past 5 years, there has been agitation from different ethnic groups in Nigeria for their own country, for their own self-determination. And the Benins has always been left out of this agitation, not because we are not strong enough to do that, or not because we are not intelligent enough, and not because we are not powerful enough to do that. But we have always believed in one Nigeria, one country, one people, and one economic, one socio-cultural, and living together side by side in peace and harmony. And as it is today, the harmony, the peace has been disturbed, and people have been disturbing this peace for a very, very long time. And the Benin have been keeping quiet. Not that we are stupid, or not that we are crazy, and not that we doesn't know how to talk or to agitate. As I said before, because we believe in one Nigeria, and now I believe it's time to kick up our secession movement because of what is now going on in the country today. For example, the IPOBs or the Biafras, they have been agitating for their own country for a very, very long time. Likewise, the Ododuwas and the Arewas have been doing that for a very, very long time. But we, the Benis, we from the South, have been missing out, and this has now created a lot of disadvantages for us. Number one of this disadvantage that the people of the indigenous people of Biafra have been claiming our territory for a very, very long time. Likewise, the Ododuwas, who are also be claiming some part of the Benin Empire and including them into their own imaginary country called the Ododuwa country or Ododuwa nation. Likewise, the Biafra nation, the so-called Biafra nation. As what we know today, that the Benins are the real owners of Nigeria. We are the real owner of Nigeria, and we are the people who have been keeping Nigeria together as one. And we believe as long as Nigeria exists, there is no need to agitate for our own country. But now things are turning upside down. In the forefront of the whole issue that has been going on in the South, or in the North, or whatsoever, the Benin kept quiet because the way things are moving. But now our quietness, as I said before, has turned into disadvantage for us. The Benin owns Nigeria, owns half of Nigeria, if not more than. I would say 70% of Nigeria belongs to the Benin people. when the people in Nigeria today hear about the Benin, they will be only thinking about the Edo people. The Benins has almost 62, even more than 62 ethnic groups that form the Benins Empire. Edo is one of them. Isan is one of them. Ikwere is one of them. The Ogba people is one of them. The Ka people is one of them. The Owa people, the Isoko people, the Urobo people, the Ishekiri people, and so many today, the Igede people. These are part of the Benin Empire. You know, when people are talking about agitation today, secession, they think Nigeria will be divided the way Nigeria is today. No, Nigeria is not going to be divided the way Nigeria is today. And Nigeria will never be divided into the geopolitical uh, system we are having today, because people are saying Nigeria should be divided into three. No, Nigeria didn't come up with three ethnic groups. Nigeria come up with several ethnic groups, and Benin has the lion's share of all these ethnic groups. When people are talking about the Arewas, the Otoduwas, and the Biafran, that Nigeria should be divided into, now there is the problem. The Benin who owns 70% of Nigeria will not give it free to you. And when you are leaving Nigeria, whether you are Biafra, whether you are Ododuwa, you will always be given what you brought into Nigeria, because you cannot take what doesn't belong to you just because people have been allowing you to be living in those areas. Doesn't mean now those areas belongs to you, or people are speaking the similar language as you are, that these people belongs to you. The Benin people have been very, very quiet, and we are brave people, and we are very, very resilient, and we are ready to fight for what belongs to us, like it or not. We are going to be starting our agitation very, very soon, and it's going to be very, very massive. It's going to be more than what people would be expecting. You see, people are talking of the Midwestern state that was constitutionally created. The Benin are bigger than the Midwestern states in Nigeria. We are bigger than that, even twice bigger than that, what we were given. The British, who brought Nigeria together, know exactly. And when people are agitating today for the Ododuwa nation, including Lagos, including Ondo State, including Ekiti, those three are not in any way in any Yoruba country and shouldn't be in any Yoruba country. They were under the Benin Empire before the coming of the British. Even after many, many years of the British in Nigeria, they were still under Benin before the amalgamation. It was after the amalgamation that people now were claiming that the British gave these states to the Yoruba people. Likewise, in the eastern part, when people see places like Onitsha today, they will be thinking they are Igbos. No, they are not Igbo. The Onitsha is owned by the Benins and the Igala people. The Igbos living there are migrants. Even beyond that, so as far as to Enugu, you know, the Igbo living there are migrants, but they will not like to understand that today, unless they go back to their history to understand who they are. The Igbos are migrants in Nigeria. The Igbo actually are not from Nigeria. They were brought to Nigeria by the British. And now they are claiming what doesn't belong to them. They say they are from Israel. Israel land is not in Nigeria. Israel land is in Middle East. If you want any land, then go to Israel and help them to fight for their land. They have been doing that for a very long time now, dealing with the Palestinians, dealing with Syria, and also having some part of Egypt. We, the Benins, we are now going to be rising up because enough is enough. Enough is enough because of the marginalization of our own people, marginalization of the South-South, because the revenues of Nigeria is coming from the South-South. The oil, gas, iron, and everything that is coming from the South-South. And this money are being used to develop the Biafra's area, which is now called Eastern, then also used to develop the West. The Yorubas have been trying to include Lagos into their imaginary Ododuwa country. They have been trying to link Lagos to all those areas, Abeokuta and all those areas, either with train or with other means of transportation, because they believe Lagos belongs to them. The Yorubas are migrants in Lagos. They own nothing in Lagos. They met our people in Lagos. Our people found Lagos. The Benin people found Lagos. You can see today that our quietness has been turning into disadvantages. And this disadvantage, we have to put it now into advantages. Because when I listen to the Onus of Ife, the way he's talking, sorry, pardon, I don't want to insult any king or any tribe. You will understand that people are so desperate. They are so desperate in including other people's land into their imaginary country. The Benis are not like that. We don't claim anything that doesn't belong to us. When criminals like Nadine Kanu, Semo Ekba are coming up to say they want Biafra, and these are this very another Igbo man in the Senate conversing for Anioma state to be added to the East. How can you? You own nobody. Those people have their own self-determination. And they have already been saying they are not Igbo, even though the language might be similar or dissimilar. They are not Igbos. The Igbo copied the language of those people. In Italy, there was no language called Igbo or tribe called Igbo, what we know today. The Igbos we know today was found by the British. The language was found by the British, and those geographical areas was found by the British, because the British knows exactly how they can be using Igbos and the Yorubas to be distorting Nigeria, to be disturbing Nigeria, to be suppressing Nigeria. That is why Yoruba language was created from 5 ethnic groups, the Ijebus and others. Likewise, the Igbo language was created out of the Benins and Igala. Likewise, the Yoruba language was also created out of the Benin language and the Igala language. Even if you look at their dress code today, you look at that of Igala, then you will understand. Then you will understand that these people, they have a lot from the Benin and the Igalas. When I see one of the dressing of the Oni of Ife with this bird crown on his head, you can see this is a cut copy of the Benin crown. Actually, originally, the crown, the Oni of Ife, is a Benin crown. The past Onis of Ife were all Benins till the British came, till Awolowo started manipulating and fabricating history for these people. And today, because many people now speak their language through indoctrination, through Christianity and Islam, likewise that of Igbo, our people were indoctrinated into those areas, into those languages. And likewise by the Igbos. Now the Igbos have so many words from the Undokwa people, from the Anioma people, from the Kwani people. Now they are claiming to be the owners of those people, that those people now belong to them, or the Ika people. The Ika people are typically Benin people. Likewise, the Undokwa, Ukoani, and all those areas, Kwale, Isoko, Urobo, these are typical Benin people. If they speak and you listen very carefully, then you will understand at least 80% of what they're saying. Not even to talk of the Isan people or the Owan people or the Afiema people. People need to start understanding the game these people are playing. Tinubu is in power, which is a Yoruba man. And Tinubu, for example, is not even a Yoruba man, for you people to understand. Tinubu belongs to the Awori groups, which are also Benin. The Aworis are Benins and the Awori belongs to Benin. Now, everybody is going back to their history. They are going back to their history to look at their origin. And you will now understand that 70% of Nigeria as of Benin identity. Even those that are claiming to be Igbo today, they have at least 30 to 40% Benin identity, of which they will not want to admit. Instead of doing that, they will start fabricating histories here and there. Fabricating history that is so useless that even the blind and the deaf can understand that this is fabricated. Not just by ordinary people, also by some of their kings and queens who have been coming online, doing videos, doing that, fabricating history. When people listen to them, because some people doesn't listen to themselves when they are talking. And once they finish, people will now start analyzing and find out this is fabricated. There's nothing true in it. The Benin's quietness must not be a disadvantage. We have to turn this quietness into advantage that should work for us properly. As you can see in my own background, this Ada Aneben. Ada Aneben is not just a structure or a carved something or artifact. It's our own national identity that was created during the Ogiso era, even before the ownership, have been giving our people their identity. And anywhere you see this sign, this Ada Aneben, then you will understand that you are from the Benin Empire. Even though there's no Ada Aneben, there are other ways you can locate your true identity to the Benin Empire. When people come up today to say, oh, Nigeria is just like that now, no. You take with you, along with you, what you brought into Nigeria. You brought nothing into Nigeria. We brought everything to Nigeria. The British couldn't even amalgamate Nigeria without the Benins because they know without the Benins, Nigeria is going to be hungry. The invasion of Benin, as people may firstly say, has to do with slaves. No, the Benin were not slave traders. They were not even selling their trips. The people they captured. The people they captured was left in their home to say, Ozeka. Nozeka wenogaze, nozudo wenogaze, nozonwa wenogaze, nozesa wenogaze. Runda amaze woma itawi. Your language is your identity. Our forefather recognized that. That is why they say, those who speak Ika, let them speak Ika. Those who speak Owa, let them speak Owa. Those who speak Anioma, let them speak Anioma. Those who speak Undokwa, let them speak Undokwa. Those who speak Edo, let them speak Edo. Those who speak Udo, let them speak Udo. Because if you doesn't speak your language, you are lost. Just like as you doesn't know your history, you are also lost. Because nobody is going to teach you. The British is not ready to teach you your history. The British can also teach you your history because they came into the middle of our history. They weren't there in the beginning of our history, but the Benin Empire, the Benin people, right from time have been documented. There have been documentaries in form of structure, carving, in stones, in trees, and so many other things. They documented our history right from the beginning, and we are still doing it today. We doesn't need the British to interpret our own history for us, nor the French, nor the Portuguese, or whatsoever, or the Igbos or the Yorubas. Those people who know the Benins, they know how to respect the Benins. Like the Hausa people, they understand very well. Or the Ebira from the Igalas, those who know the Benins, how the Benin came, the father of all, we understand and we know how to respect the Benin Empire. It's only those that was brought into Nigeria as slaves, like the Yorubas and the Igbos, we don't understand because they will always misbehave because they have no home training, as we the Benis are. But today, we are going to be rising up against any oppression, rising up against indoctrinating our people into their own imaginary country. And Benin, I'm calling on all the Benins worldwide to start also to agitate for our own country. Because we were already there before Nigeria was created. We were already there before the British stepped their foot into our own country. We were already there before the Portuguese stepped into their foot into our country. Likewise, the French. So our history is far, far, far beyond thousands of years beyond that of before the British came. We believe also that the creation of this world started in West Africa, started in the rainforest, not what the British are trying to tell us that in Egypt and all those sort of things. If you trace your ancestors to Egypt, what part of Egypt, because Egypt is also a very, very big country, what part of Egypt did you came from? What was the language of a forefather? When kings will wake up today to tell me Ifa means Pharaoh, can you tell me how you got that translation? Can somebody tell me how a king will wake up to say Ifa means Pharaoh? Huh? We need to laugh about that. These people are now so desperate because they now understand all their lies are now being debunked. Are being debunked not even by us, the Benis, but the people they are trying to claim. Like their worries are now telling them, no, it's not like that. There are so many, as I said before, there are so many ways. If you know you are Benin, you are from the Benin Empire, you train your ancestors to the Benin Empire. There are so many ways to identify yourselves, not even through other Aneben. There are so many other ways. Benin has a lot to identify their people. One of them is also tribal marks. When you look at the picture of those old days and the structure of those old days, then you will understand. Look at the tribal mark, then you will understand that this person is a Benin person, even without saying it twice or telling people. But with the Benin, we are not like that. We don't claim people, people claim us because of whom we are and what people knows about us and what people knows about themselves. Our ancestors, they were not in giving their language to other people to be speaking because we believe in individuals' right. We believe in human right. Our forefathers, our ancestors already know what is human right before the British came, before the French came. And they were selling human rights to us as brutality. They were selling human rights to us as oppressors and killers who came with a book called the Bible. The Arab, the same. They come with the Quran and started killing our people because of Quran. You see, today, people don't understand how religion came into Africa, but we know how religion came into Africa. Religion is not just what you think it is. Religion is more than that. The Benin spirituality is still alive, very much alive. If you don't understand, then people will make you to understand that spirituality is still there. The Benin, when people talk today, they talk of God, that the Benin people doesn't know God. You can see how our people sometimes are uneducated. The Benin know God before the British came. The Benin people know already that there is God, the Almighty. But our God is not Jesus. Our God is not Muhammad or Allah or what you call it. We have our own God, which is called Osalobua. Osalobua. Okodudu, and so many other names that are being given to our own God. The agitation of our own country as the Benin people should start immediately, because the way the Biafrans are desperate, I can tell you 80% of the Igbo people support Biafra, and likewise the Yoruba people. There's 80% of them support Ododuwa nation. But they are afraid to come out because the revenue of Nigeria is coming from the south, and they are going to be losing out of it. Those money that is being collected from the petroleum, from the crude oil, from the gas, will no longer be going there. Will no longer going to the north, will not be going to the west. So they are afraid to divide the nation because the Benin nation will be a powerful nation. Not that because they love us. Self-determination is not a monopoly. Agitation is not a monopoly. Secession is not a monopoly to any tribe, to ethnic group. We, the Benins, we also have the right to agitate for our own countries, because our forefathers, forefounders found 75% of Nigeria are our people today, and we know that from first hand. The British couldn't amalgamate Nigeria, bring Nigeria together without the Benins, because the Benins were the food basket of the nation, the resources of the nation, because those countries would have ended up in hunger as they were before the amalgamation. The Benin nation was already civilized before the coming of the British, before the coming of the French, before the coming of the Portuguese. We were already having a structure on the ground, a structure that the British later copied for their own country. We were already having the United Nations of the Benin, which now the British called the United Kingdom. It was a copy of our own. You see, the democracy you see today was copied from the Benins. Our people know mathematics before the coming of the British and the French and the Portuguese. Chemistry was already there. Physics was already there. Geography was already there. We might not be having GPS, but our forefathers, they were having their own GPS on their brain, without using Google Map, without doing anything. Meteorologists, they were also in their brains. They know if the rain is going to fall in the next 10 days, sorry to say, or in the next 2 days. People always ask, how was it possible for our own forefathers to achieve what they are achieving today, what they have achieved? I would like you to understand our people were not poor in thinking, they were not poor in inventing. They were very, very good in inventing. You see it in the whole museum of the world today. Our people were very, very good. And no one should take our quietness for granted. We are the Benin people, and we are very, very strong people. We are very, very strong people, and we are going to be agitating, like it or not. If you don't like it, go to hell. We are not going to be insulting any tribe. We are not going to be calling for the killing of anybody. If we are going to be going for peace. Because those who create havoc in their areas, like the IPOBs, the ESN, and some agitators in Yoruba land who create havoc for their people, or in the north, we have seen the disastrous environment those people now created for their people, the havoc they created for their people. We don't want that for our people because we are bigger than that, because our people are great people. And if the Benin wants their own country today, they are going to be getting it. We are going to be using another means of getting that independence. We, the Benins, we believe in one Nigeria, but if we are being pushed to rise up, to say, now enough is enough, then we are going to be standing up and nobody is going to be holding us back. The marginalization of the South, the Benins, has been going on for a very, very long time, but we kept quiet because we believe in one Nigeria. We believe in humanity. We believe in peaceful coexistence, but people are now taking us for granted. And that will end very, very, very soon. So thank you for joining me today. I enjoyed talking today because I have been looking for ways to bring this out to people, for people to understand that the Benis are not fools. The Benis are not cowards like others, because of what we believe in, because how we have been brought up, and what we believe in. Thank you, and God bless you all for joining me. Bye bye. Have a great day.